Welcome back to the Think Tank Tracker. Week 1. Before we look at the picks, let's look at the measuring stick first, because on this channel, we do not measure performance in dollars alone. The US dollar index, DXY, opened at 99.95 when we began tracking on June 10th. It sits at 100.36 today. The dollar is marginally stronger, up roughly 0.4%. Noted. Moving on. Gold started at $4,089.69 per ounce on June 10th. It is at $4,296 today, up 5.1% in the same period. That is the bar. Every pick on this channel must beat gold, not just be up in dollars. Because if your stock goes up 3% and gold goes up 5%, you did not grow your purchasing power. You lost ground. Now this week in macro, the market rallied hard on June 11th. Trump canceled planned strikes against Iran and signaled a peace deal was close. The S&P jumped 1.8%. Semiconductors surged nearly 8% in a single session, their biggest single-day gain in over a year. Risk was back on. Then the Federal Reserve erased all of it. CPI came in at 4.2% year over year, the highest reading in 3 years, driven by energy costs that surged over 20% from the Strait of Hormuz blockade. New Fed Chairman Kevin Warsh took the podium for his first press conference and wasted no time. He dropped forward guidance entirely. The dot plot now shows 9 of 18 officials penciling in a rate hike this year. Not a cut, a hike. The market had priced in the exact opposite. The Dow fell 500 points. The S&P lost 1.2%. Everything the peace deal gave us, gone in an afternoon. That is the backdrop for this week's numbers. 4 positions on the board. Celsius Holdings, CELH. Entry 2839. Trading at 3040 today, up 7% in dollar terms, up 5.5% in gold ounce terms. The only position currently ahead of gold, a beaten-down consumer brand, down 65% from its highs, and the only one holding its own against the benchmark right now. PepsiCo, PEP, entry 144.27, now 142.43, down 1.3% in dollar terms. Gold is outpacing PEP by 6.5 percentage points. The thesis here is stability and dividend income, and week 1 is not a verdict. But gold is winning. Comcast, CMCSA, entry 25.92, now 22.76, down 12.2% in dollars, down 13.7% in gold terms. A rate-sensitive, high-debt name hit directly by Warsh's hawkish pivot this week. Gold is beating Comcast by nearly 17 percentage points. Adobe, ADBE, entry 237.88, now 198.42, down 16.6% in dollar terms, down 21% in gold ounce terms. A high multiple software name, exactly the kind of stock that gets repriced when the cost of capital moves up. The owner earnings thesis is intact. The rate environment is not cooperating. The summary. 1 out of 4 positions is beating gold, 3 are behind. Every position gets a minimum of 6 months before we draw any conclusions, and a full 2 years before the Oz per share bet settles. This is week 1 of 26. Catalysts coming up. PepsiCo reports earnings, estimated July 10th. Comcast earnings are confirmed July 23rd. Watch broadband net subscriber ads. That is the key number for the spin-off thesis. Not financial advice. Every original deep dive is linked in the description. Subscribe for the weekly update. See you next week.